Hello everybody and welcome back. So this will be the third video card we are testing, and then it's getting kind of late. I'm getting tired, so we'll continue this tomorrow. Maybe after this card I'll do the 750 Ti tomorrow, and I think I'll maybe one more after that. Yeah, after the 750 Ti, then maybe I got an really old HD 5870. Maybe I'll do that one, but I'm not sure. But for sure tomorrow, in the afternoon, we'll do the 750 Ti. Okay. So let's finish up this evening. This will be the third video card. So check on my channel. The last two video cards we started out with the 3050 6GB. The second card we tested was the 1650 4GB, and now this is the third card is the 1050 Ti 4GB. And right away I can tell what's different about this one. Oh yeah, the GPU watts. On the 3056 it was about 25 watts. On the 1650 it was about 40 watts. And here on the 1050 Ti we're idling at 50 watts. So it looks like as we go back, as the video cards get older, they consume more watts, more electricity. So that's one advantage of using a newer video card is it consumes less electricity. Okay, so what else is different here? Let's see, temperature wise, the 1050 Ti runs a little bit hotter at 49 degrees. And I remember the 3050 was only idling around 35 degrees. So, big difference, right? Well, I mean, I guess, this video card has a single fan, so maybe the 3050 had two fans on it, and the 1650 also had two fans. So this one's a little bit more compact, so it's a single fan, so maybe that's why. And percentage wise on the GPU, we're at 41. The watts is 50 watts. Memory right now is 1122. And the Q9550 is the same thing, 47 degrees Celsius. CPU 84% of the cores, and we're just idling in the game. The CPU clock speed is always the same, 2833 or 2.833. That's the clock speed for a Q9550 at stock or OEM. And the RAM just idling right now in GTA, we're at 4,100 megabytes. And we haven't even taken off yet. So that gives you an idea that really, you should have a motherboard with 8 gigs of system RAM. And ideally, for video card, you want 4 gigabytes of VRAM and 8 gigabytes on the motherboard. And the FPS is always the same. That hasn't changed from all three cards so far. Right now we're at 63 FPS and milliseconds is 16, so that's perfect. I saw about the same thing with the FPS and the millisecond graph with the previous two video cards. So here we're going to go. So just like last time, we are at the Hookies restaurant, which is, if you look at the map, it's West Coast, in the northern part of the West Coast on the map, and what we're going to run southbound along the West Coast and into the city. Okay, and I'm using the controller instead of the keyboard because Because when you use a controller, all you have to do is use the throttle and the left stick, and you don't have to worry about going up and down on the controller, which is makes it a lot easier to do a benchmark. Okay, so here we go. And we're off. So we're in the West Coast and we are traveling southbound. I don't know what highway this is. I never pay attention, to be honest. All right, so watt-wise, let's see, GPU in the 30 percentiles. I saw the same thing on the, oddly enough, or just a coincidence, on the 3056 and also the 1650. It's the same thing. It's about 30%. 30 percentile something. Watt-wise, we're at 42, 46, 48, 50 watts. And let's see, the memory of the video card is 1,300, and I assume it's going to continue to climb to somewhere around a little bit over 3,000 megabytes on the VRAM once we hit the city. That's what we saw on the last two cards, so I assume it's pretty much the same thing. So as we get closer to the city, we should see the system RAM start to climb, and the video card start to climb. It's kind of neat because you know I think most people don't really pay attention to this kind of stuff, right? So this is gonna. Oh, let's see. Right now we're at the 7-minute mark, so I figure it's gonna take about 7. I'll run this game for about 7 more minutes, approximately 7 more minutes, and then you'll see the. I'll stop it once we get to that bridge, that Skyway Bridge. In the city, and then we'll call it evening, and then we'll do the 750 Ti tomorrow. Whoa! Sorry about that. Whoa. Yeah, I'm a terrible driver. I've gotten better though, but yeah, this is you know, I'm a casual, so you know I never really got good, but I've gotten better though. So yeah, that's interesting. So far the FPS is in the 50s. I kind of saw that very similar with the 3050 and 1650. So that's kind of, you know, that's kind of strange seeing all three cards perform the same on this older computer. So it goes to show you, you know, if you got a Core2Quad, you know, and this is the only video game you're going to play, you know, you can save money and just buy an older video card. Oh, and if you didn't know, the 1050 Ti is very similar in performance to a 960 or a 1630. If you didn't know. But you know what? For example, right now, price-wise, I noticed like you can get a GTX 970 for about $45. So that's what I would get, you know, because like I say, I don't know, the prices on video cards are kind of weird. So, did I just walk on? Hold on. Sorry. Let me go back. I thought you could drive. Yeah. Let me go back. I didn't know that. Sorry, I'm new. Whoop. Nope. Excuse me, excuse me. Okay, here we go. All right, we're back. Yeah, so this video card, like I say, 1050 Ti is same performance as a 960 4GB or a 1630 4GB. So, you know, check prices on all those cards. But like I say, for whatever reason, you can get a GTX 970 4GB for on eBay for right now about only I think it's like $45 or $50. So for whatever reason, I mean, if you got a power supply that has the, let's see, an 8-pin. See, usually the GTX 970 it has an 8-pin or two 6-pins. So, you know, as long as, I think, like, if you get a power supply that has 450 watts or higher, you'll have a video plug. So I figure, you know, even with a Core2Quad, you might as well, you know, if you got a decent power supply in there, you might as well just get a little bit stronger video card, even if you're not going to use it, because why not, you know? Plus, it'll look better in the case. So... But yeah, these bus powered video cards are kind of cool too. If you're you know, if this is for an OEM system, you know. But like this particular computer is you know, it's in a custom case, you know, a gigabyte full size ATX motherboard, so, and it has an EVGA 450 watt power supply. So, you know, I'm on this particular build, you know, I'm not restricted to using bus power cards, so that's what I would do. If you have a build like that, just, you know, spend a couple dollars more and get a larger, beefier video card. Even if the video game can't use it because because of the bottleneck of the CPU, I'd still get the, you know, the bigger video card, you know. Plus it'll look nice in the case. So. But yeah, let's see. Let me tell you what the power supply is at right now. Yeah, 100. Yeah, surprisingly, this one's running efficient now that we're driving along. For whatever reason, the watts came down. So now we're only at 40 watts since it was idling at 50 watts. But now that we're driving along, for whatever reason, it takes less watts. That is weird. I don't know. Oh, it's kind of like some of these benchmarks. I usually don't really pay attention this much, but yeah, that's kind of weird. It was idling at 50 watts. You saw that, right? And now we're at 39 watts. So that's weird. So usually, like in the last two ones, I go down this street and then we're gonna go up that Skyway Bridge. And we'll stop it there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Try not to crash, right? But yeah, the frame, FPS, millisecond graph, it's nice. 70 frames right now. The millisecond graph, you know, if you haven't seen the other videos, the sweet spot for the millisecond graph is 16 to 20. 16 milliseconds to 20 milliseconds is like normal operation. So yeah, it's running good. No stutters or anything like that. Okay, so let me see where we at now. Okay, see the memory is starting to stabilize at 3,200 megabytes, right? And the RAM is 6,850. Okay. So far this is, it should go over 7. So we'll see. There's the Skyway Bridge coming up. Yeah, but yeah, this is starting to settle, so it's pretty much similar to the last two cards. So ideally you want a video card that's 4 gigabytes. And for system RAM on your motherboard, you want 8 gigabytes. So keep that in mind when you're like shopping for motherboards and CPUs and stuff like that. But yeah, for whatever reason, the video card is only using 40 watts instead of 50 right now. So this is the power supply. Yep. Yeah, the power supply has come down. It's at only 135 watts of consumption. So yeah, pretty economical even with this video card. Yeah, 135 watts. At the power supply with the AC watt meter. So, you know, most OEM computers, you usually get at least 180 watts on the power supply. So, yeah, you know, if you can plug this into an OEM computer that has a small power supply, and yeah, you're safe as long as you know, the motherboard. You know, the motherboard is OEM. It probably doesn't make the CPU run really fast anyway. So, excuse me, can I get by? Ooh. See, okay, yeah, got it. All right. Okay, we passed the Skyway, so I think we're gonna leave it there. So, yeah, so pretty much that's where it is. 40 watts on the video card. Memory of the video card is 3,250 megabytes of usage. CPU usage is 95 percentile, 2033 core. And the system RAM is 6,950 megabytes. And, you know, the FPS is settling around 50. 17 milliseconds, and the settings, I already mentioned on the other videos, but I have it set to 1920 by 1080p, and I set it everything to normal, or normal in this game, which is low. That's the lowest settings. Basically, yeah, everything's turned off. 1080p, lowest settings possible. So this is maximum frame rate. You know. Of course, it's because, you know, the CPU, you know, this is an older platform, right? This is a Core2Quad, and it has 8 gigs RAM, running only at DDR2 and only at 800 megahertz. Kind of hard to believe, right? Only 800 megahertz. So, all right, so that's it. I think you've seen enough, and I'm gonna call it a night. And then tomorrow we'll do the 750 Ti 2GB video card, and we'll see how that one reacts. Since you know, I'm curious to see how the game handles the VRAM, since this is you know, we're using 3,282 out of 4 gigabytes of VRAM, so my 750 Ti only has 2 gigabytes of VRAM, so I don't know how the game is going to compensate for the lack of, you know, 2,000 minus 3,200, you're looking at 1,286 megabytes, so I assume it's going to it's going to add the 1,200 over here to the system RAM. That's what I'm thinking is what's going to happen. So we'll see how that works out tomorrow. Okay? And that's about it. All right. Hope you liked this video, and stay tuned for the 750 Ti. Check my channel for that video. Okay, night night, guys. Bye bye.